Hi students, okay, coming into the next part of the botanical nomenclature. So the first half explanation was given in your previous video lesson, and let us continue the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. The second half is the second part of the International Code of Botanical Nomenclature video. So let us begin with the features of the taxonomic hierarchy. And in the previous slide I stopped the previous video lesson, and from here I am continuing the next part. Okay, so in this slide we are going to see about the features of the taxonomic hierarchy. Features of the taxonomic hierarchy ante level by level, that is known as hierarchy. So taxonomic hierarchy ante antaku chusam man taxonomy slide lo kingdom, division, class, order, subfamily, that's completely they are called as the taxa. Okay, and that is the taxonomic hierarchy. And if we see the taxonomic hierarchy, there is one word known as the authority means species is the basic unit of classification, which we already know. So what is the basic unit of classification? I am taking you to the previous slide again for understanding better. And these are all the taxa: kingdom, phylum, subphylum, class, subclass, superorder. So these are all known as the taxa. So in this, the highest one is the kingdom and the lowest one is the species. The species is the basic unit of the classification. Okay, so that species, and now we are going to learn about the features of the taxonomic hierarchy. Species name, which is the basic unit of the taxonomy, that species name always should be accompanied by an author name. Author means the person who identified a plant. ఎవరైతే మొక్కను కనుక్కున్నారో అతను ఆథర్ అంటాం. సో స్పీషీస్ నేమ్ పక్కన ఆథర్ నేమ్ ఉంటుంది జనరల్గా. సో ద ఫుల్ నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ద స్పీషీస్ ఈజ్ ఇన్కంప్లీట్ ఇఫ్ there is not any other name. So the species name should be completed only when the species word is being accompanied by an other name. Okay, sometime if the other name is very lengthy, abbreviation to the other name can be done. Means if the name is very lengthy, then you can use the abbreviation of the other name. But the point here is the species name always should be followed by the other name. Okay, and if one author describes so many large number of species, then we can normally use the abbreviation of the author name. And suppose if the author if one plant is being identified by two different scientists, two different authors, then the species name is followed by, after the species name, the two different scientists name will be there, and those two names will be joined by a word et or ex. Okay, and you can see the cursor here, the word et or sometimes ex. So that if any plant is being identified by two scientists, if a single plant is being identified by two scientists, then after the species name, the two scientists name will come. Okay, for example, Illicium, this is a species name. And Illicium, Griffith, Hook and Thoms. Griffith Hook is one scientist name and Thoms is another scientist name. So here the author's name will be here actually the author's name will be never italicized or underlined. Okay, and if two scientists name are there, they are not underlined. And so whatever the taxa which are present below the species, species is the basic unit of classification. Species is below, right? Right, of all the taxa, species is below. So whatever the ranks, subspecies, variety, form, all those, they actually their names are being connected with the species. Means if you are going to name a subspecies, subspecies means what? Species consisting of so many subspecies. So if you are going to name a subspecies, so first species name should come, then only subspecies name. If you are going to name a variety, then first species, then subspecies, then variety name. So like that the nomenclature should follow. Okay, so here for example, Solanum, Villosum. So Villosum is the species name, Solanum is the genus name. Solanum genus, Villosum species, subspecies, like this you have to write, and the subspecies name you have to write this Miniatum, and then the scientist who discovered, Bem, and that is the X wild category, and also the Edmonds, right? Edmonds. So So like this, actually the naming of the species will be done. So that is known as the authority. Authority means author. Author should have an authority over a species or a species, particular species. Means the name of the species only will be completed only when the author name is joined to the species name. So that process is known as the authority. And now transfer between ranks. Ranks means what? Taxa. Taxa means levels. Again I am taking you to the previous slide. These are known as ranks. These are known as, each one is known as the taxa, taxon. Totally they are known as the taxa, and each one is also known as the rank. What is the rank? Kingdom. What is the rank? Class. What is the rank here? Order. What is the rank here? Family. So rank here is genus, rank here is species. So like that, these are also known as the ranks. Okay, these are also known as the taxa. These are also, totally they are known as the taxa. Each one is known as the taxon. Okay, and these are also known as the ranks. Okay, and those rank names, actually coming to the rank names, transfer between the ranks means, if you are going to, suppose if one particular scientist discovered one plant, and he actually kept that, means here when a genus, species or subspecies is described at one rank and then transferred into another rank, the original author is placed in parenthesis followed by the author who made the transfer. Means for example, if you identify the if you are going through that example given here, Linnaeus is the scientist name. He identified a plant alfalfa. This is a common name. Alfalfa is a common name. Scientist name Linnaeus. So the common name is alfalfa. Scientific name is Medicago polymorpha. Medicago is genus, polymorpha is species, and in the species variety name is orbicularis. Linnaeus placed the orbicularis word in the subspecies category. Okay, first initially. Later, Allioni, another scientist. Allioni is another scientist name. He kept the orbicularis word at the species level. See here, Linnaeus initially kept the orbicularis at the subspecies level. Right? This is genus and this is subspecies, and this is the genus and this is species and this is subspecies. Later, Allioni, he transferred this orbicularis position from the subspecies to species level. To here, see, if you observe, Medicago polymorpha variety orbicularis. Here Medicago orbicularis. Means the orbicularis word is being lifted from the subspecies to the species level. So if the transfer is being happened like that, then the two author names should be in the name. Okay, so original author name should be in the parenthesis like this. Linnaeus name, see here, original author name Medicago orbicularis. So original author Linnaeus, what he told, Linnaeus kept the orbicularis as the subspecies. Linnaeus kept the orbicularis as the subspecies. Later Allioni kept the orbicularis as the species. So after the change, you are going to say that Medicago orbicularis, and in the parenthesis original author should also be there and followed by the recent author. So this the name orbicularis, it is called as the basionym, and it should be, it has some priority. Okay, and here the type for the Medicago orbicularis is that of Medicago polymorpha variety orbicularis. This is the type specimen, Medicago polymorpha variety orbicularis. This is the original type. This is the original type, and this one is the modified type. This one is the modified type, and this one is the original type. So that one is the type. Okay, and when someone transfers one species from one genus to another genus, from one genus to another genus. Suppose one scientist kept one species name. Suppose one scientist kept X species into Y genus, under Y genus. Another scientist came later and he kept X species under Z genus. Okay, first one scientist came and kept X species under Y genus. Later another scientist came and he kept X species under Z genus. Means he changed the genus. He changed the species from one genus to another genus. Okay, so in that case also the original author name should be abbreviated and kept between the parentheses, and he is the recent author, Brown. Okay, so this is one example. Matthiola Tristis, and original author Robert Brown. And that is about the transfer of ranks. And coming to the hybrid taxa. Hybrid taxa means there is a hybridization, or hybrid means that is a cross between two taxa. That is known as hybrid taxa, cross between two taxa. So that those are indicated with the X sign, cross sign, and the sign may be given in two forms like this. See the example here. Parental taxa, Quercus alba L, Linnaeus. L means Linnaeus. Quercus genus name, alba species name, L is the scientific name, and that plant is crossed with Quercus michaussii nut. So this particular michaussii is being discovered by scientist Nutt. Alba is being discovered by Linnaeus. Okay, and here this cross is known as the interspecific cross between the two species. So this taxa is known as, whatever the plant coming from this cross, that is known as the hybrid taxa. And that hybrid taxa, it's given a new name, like see the name the name should be like this: Quercus cross, another new name Beedley, and Trillis. So in this way the name should be given to the hybrid taxa. Okay, and now coming into the priority of the names and synonyms. Names, what are the names and what are synonyms? Okay. Nomenclature, it's normally based upon the priority of the publication. Means whoever first published, and that will be accepted first. Whoever first published the name, correct name, with following all the rules, guidelines and procedure, that will be known as the legitimate name. Legitimate, చట్టబద్ధమైన పేరు, అన్ని రూల్స్ ఫాలో అవుతూ పెట్టిన పేరు. సో legitimate name, whoever the person first identifies and keeps the name following all the rules and guidelines, that is known as legitimate name, and that will be published first. Okay, that is the priority. And just like previously I told you, each taxon అంటే మళ్ళీ మీకు ఆ లెవెల్స్ గుర్తు రావాలి. కింగ్డమ్, డివిజన్, క్లాస్, సబ్ డివిజన్, ఫ్యామిలీ, ఆర్డర్, ఇవన్నీ. ఈచ్ taxon they always have only one correct name globally, and that name should follow the rules and regulations which are being formulated by International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Okay, the priority of the names first starts with the Linnaeus Species Plantarum, which was being published in May 1st, 1753. In May 1st, in his book Species Plantarum, he already published so many plant names. So he is the first one to publish the names. So that's why whoever the scientist came after the Linnaeus, even though they discovered the same plant which was being discovered by Linnaeus, but the Linnaeus only will be given priority. Why? Because first person he is the Linnaeus who given the plant the legitimate names. Okay, so that is the priority of the names, and correct name should be there. Suppose if a case is there, if two persons are there, suppose for example, if I am there, I identified a plant and I kept a name. I actually kept a name to the plant. Okay, but that name is not following any rules and regulations and procedures. Okay, so my name is and after me some person came and he also again identified the same plant and he kept the name following all the rules, guidelines and procedures. Then whose name is being accepted by ICBN? Actually my name will be rejected and his name will be accepted. Okay, so that there is some that differs from case to case. Okay, priority is there. Whoever comes first, he or she will be given always a priority, and at the same time, if that first person is not following any rules and regulations, actually that name is not going to be accepted by ICBN. Okay, and later whoever that comes later and whoever follows the rules and regulations, then that name is being accepted by ICBN. That's the thing. Okay, that is about the priority of names. And then see here synonyms అంటే తెలుగులో పర్యాయ పదాలు అంటాం. సో ఒకే అర్థాన్ని ఇచ్చే వేర్వేరు పదాలు, అర్థం మాత్రం సేమ్, పదాలు మాత్రం వేర్వేరు. So they are called as synonyms. They are giving a same name but same meaning but with different words. So if the same taxon అంటే మళ్ళీ you have to go back again, kingdom, division, subdivision, class, like that. So same taxon has often been described and named more than once. Suppose for example, class is there. For suppose class is a one taxon, right? Class is a one taxon. For the class, if the further class is being described and named more than once, means same class, same type of characters, if that is being described by Linnaeus okay, as one class, like dicotyledons. Class dicotyledons is there. For example, if the class dicotyledons means that consisting of a particular set of characters. If another one comes and he takes the same set of characters and he want to give another name to the dicotyledons, then that is not possible. So that is not possible. If at all anyone give the names, those names are called as synonyms, and those names are those are considered as synonyms, not the actual names. They are called as the synonyms, which are being illegitimate. Illegitimate means they are not following any rules, laws and principles and procedures. Okay, here there is one example given. First one in 1908, if you observe here, the year name is 1908. Aloe, genus name, and Wallastoni is the species name. Okay, this same species, and here Aloe Wallastoni, it's being discovered by Rendley, scientist name, in 1908, and it was being published with other different names later. The same plant, it was being published like Aloe Angiensis D. Wild, scientist name, in 1921, and in the same year D. Wild published the same plant with different species, Aloe Angiensis, Aloe Begvoite, and Aloe Laureniensis. Means the genus is the same. See here, Aloe. Aloe is the genus name. It is the taxon name. It is being again and again being modified with different species name. Okay, these are all called as synonyms. Now, homonym means the same word if you being repeatedly used for more than one taxon. For more than, here in the synonyms case, one. Here the different names are being used for the same taxon. ఒకే taxonకి different names యూజ్ చేస్తే దాన్ని ఏమంటారంటే synonyms అంటారు. సెకండ్ కేసులో ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ టాక్సాన్స్కి, వేర్వేరే టాక్సాన్కి, అంటే కింగ్డమ్కి, క్లాస్కి, జీనస్కి, ఆర్డర్కి, స్పీషీస్కి, వీటన్నిటికీ కలిపి మీకు డిఫరెంట్ నేమ్స్, అంటే సేమ్ నేమ్ వీటన్నిటికీ ఉపయోగించాలనుకుంటే కింగ్డమ్కి ఒక ఎక్స్ అనే నేము, ఎక్స్ అనే నేమే క్లాస్కి, ఎక్స్ అనే నేమే ఆర్డర్కి, ఎక్స్ అనే నేమే జీనస్కి, ఎక్స్ అనే నేమే ఫ్యామిలీకి, ఎక్స్ అనే నేమే స్పీషీస్కి, ఇలా యూజ్ చేస్తారనుకోండి, వాటిని ఏమంటామంటే హోమోనిమ్స్ అంటాం. సో డిఫరెంట్ టాక్సా సేమ్ నేమ్, ఇది రెండో కేసు. ఫస్ట్ కేసు ఏంటి, సేమ్ టాక్సా డిఫరెంట్ నేమ్స్, సేమ్ టాక్సా డిఫరెంట్ నేమ్స్, అది సినోనిమ్స్. రెండో కేసులో ఏమవుతుంది, డిఫరెంట్ టాక్సా సేమ్ నేమ్. So that is known as the homonym. For example, convolvulus, ceruleus and all that. See this example. Okay, and now coming to the conservation of names. Conservation ante సంరక్షించటం నేమ్స్ని. జనరలీ విల్ లుక్ లైక్ దట్ ఏమైనా సాంస్కృతిక సంపద ఉన్నా, ఏదైనా ఒక వాల్యుబుల్ అసెట్ ఉన్నా మనము వీ నీడ్ టు ప్రొటెక్ట్, రైట్? So in the same way, if at all any plant or any tree, 2000 years old tree is there and that's being called with some particular name since 2000 years, then that same name will be identified and that same name will be accepted based upon the sanctity of the religion or sanctity of the culture of the people and the sanctity of the name being kept. So that is known as the conservation of names. So in some particular cases, ICBN rules, ICBN gives some deviations. They give some lenience for conserving some particular names. That is known as the conservation of names. And the conservation of names not naturally at the family level, genus level and the species level. Now coming to the next one, nomenclature types. So what are the different types of nomenclature? Nomenclature means naming. Botanical nomenclature means naming of a plant. Okay, nomenclature types. What are the different types of nomenclature? So here nomenclature type means, suppose if you are taking a plant, okay, if you are collecting a plant and if you are using the plant for your description, for your explanation and for your publication, that is known as the type, the physical plant undalini chetlo. So that one is known as the nomenclature type, actually physical thing. Okay, so based upon that the nomenclature type, that is known as the nomenclature type. Okay, that is known as the nomenclature type, and that nomenclature type actually it is being given to the based upon that particular nomenclature type, your plant is being well explained. Okay, అంటే ఏంటంటే ఒక ఆథర్ ఒక పర్సన్ ఒక ప్లాంట్ని సేకరించుకొని తీసుకొని వస్తారు, కలెక్ట్ చేసుకుని తీసుకొచ్చిన తర్వాత చేతిలో పెట్టుకుని, he uses the plant, he observes the plant and he actually observes it anatomical features and all the taxonomical features like vegetative characters, floral characters, inflorescence, pollination, fertilization, anatomy, physiology, genetics, everything he observes using the plant in his hand. That plant is known as the nomenclature type. That physical plant is known as the nomenclature type. Okay. So now we can see what are the different types of nomenclature types are there. We can see. So coming to this, first one is the holotype. This is known as the holotype. Holotype is the specimen or the illustration used by the author or designated by him or her as the nomenclature type. So holotype is like సో వాట్ ఎవర్ ద సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఒక పర్సన్ వెళ్తారు, ప్లాంట్ని కలెక్ట్ చేసుకుంటారు, ఆ ప్లాంట్ని డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తూ కనుక ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఇస్తే ఆ ప్లాంట్ని హోలోటైప్ అంటాం. నెక్స్ట్ లెక్టోటైప్. లెక్టోటైప్ మీన్స్ ఇట్స్ ఎ స్పెసిమన్ ఆర్ ఇల్లస్ట్రేషన్ సెలెక్టెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఒరిజినల్ మెటీరియల్. అంటే ఒక పర్సన్ వెళ్తారు, ఒక ప్లాంట్ కాకుండా ఒకే రకమైన ప్లాంట్ని ఒక 5ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని తీసుకొచ్చి అందులో ఫస్ట్ ప్లాంట్ వాటిలో అన్నీ కూడా మెటీరియల్, అన్నీ కూడా టైప్సే. వాటిలో నుంచి ఫస్ట్ ప్లాంట్ కాకుండా అంటే ఏ మొక్కని ఆయన అబ్జర్వ్ చేసుకుని బేస్ చేసుకున్నాడో ఆ మొక్క కాకుండా రెండో మొక్క, దాన్ని లెక్టోటైప్ అంటాం. సో అది కూడా ఒరిజినల్ మెటీరియల్ నుంచే, అది కూడా ఎవరైతే ప్లాంట్ని ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారో, ఎవరైతే ప్లాంట్ని డిస్క్రైబ్ చేస్తున్నారో ఆ ఆథరే తీసుకొచ్చిన ప్లాంట్, అది లెక్టోటైప్. ఐసోటైప్ మీన్స్ హోలోటైప్ లేనప్పుడు హోలోటైప్కి డూప్లికేట్, దాన్ని ఐసోటైప్ అంటాం అనమాట. హోలోటైప్కి డూప్లికేట్ అంటే హోలోటైప్ లాంటిదే, అంటే హోలోటైప్సే మనం 1, 2 తీసుకుంటే హోలోటైప్ లాంటిదే డూప్లికేట్, అది కూడా ఆథరే తీసుకొస్తాడు, దాన్ని ఐసోటైప్ అంటాం. సో సింటైప్ మీన్స్ it's actually 1 or 2 or more specimens cited by the author when no holotype was designated. Means if no holotype is there, if holotype is being it's not there, it's being completely absent, then you can collect any of the material when you can go to the place and you can collect the material which is being similar to the other collected material, that is known as the syntype. Sometimes syntype is also being collected by the same author. Okay, and the next one is paratype. Paratype here is like paratype means this is also the other collected material, and here that is not a holotype, that is not isotype, and it is not syntype also. Okay, but paratype means the description already being given by the author, and based upon the description another person goes and collects the material and he actually takes that as a nomenclature type, that is known as the paratype. Neotype means if all the types are being completely absent, if no type is there, then another person comes and then he goes and collects a new material based upon the author's description in a book, and that is being taken as the nomenclature type, and that is known as a neotype. Okay, so these are all the different types of nomenclature type, and that is a very important 5 marks question for you. And coming to the effective publication, coming to the next topic, that is the publication. Publication means prachurinchadam. So effective publication means the publication which is being done by the author following all the rules and regulations, that is known as the effective publication, and that effective publication should be shared with all the libraries and should be given to all the institutions also. And valid publication means this is also a publication which is being followed by and all the types of sets, rules, regulations and procedures, and the valid publication should be in Latin and should be given an indication of a rank, and it should be given a particular name to each plant, and valid publication should be also published in a scientific journal, and it also follows all the 100% of the rules of nomenclature. And legitimate name means the name which follow all the rules is known as legitimate. Illegitimate names, the name which doesn't follow the rules and regulations, that is known as the illegitimate names. Okay, so that's about this topic guys, and hope you understood. Thank you.